Welcome to the channel. My name is Coach and I'm your go-to source for everything relating to TNA. And today it's a bit of a difficult video to make because unfortunately on Impact's recent tapings we had two major injuries and we're going to talk about them. The first one is Chris Bey of ABC, who unfortunately suffered a very dangerous injury. I don't want to get too deep into the injuries because it's not my place, but he's probably going to be out for a very long time. And that's very unfortunate because I was hoping to see him in a singles run soon, and ABC, they were kind of getting dry, so I expected them to eventually split up. But he's going to be out for a while now, and I don't even know if he's going to ever return because from what I've heard, the injury is very serious. And then the other injury is Vikingo, which I am not as sad about because he kind of brought it onto himself. Like multiple wrestling legends, including Rey Mysterio, have told him to just slow down because his style is dangerous and it's gonna get him very hurt someday. And it did. Again, he's suffered lots of injuries. So I am sad about it, but it's something that he brought onto himself. But with that out of the way, we are here to review TNA today. And just a note that the episode was a bit different. We had lots of replays from Bound for Glory because certain matches that were taped for this event couldn't be shown due to these injuries. So the video might be a bit shorter. I might have a little less to review, but the show must go on and we'll continue as we usually do. So let's get into what happened tonight on TNA. So the first segment of the night was a bit chaotic, so let's get into it. Frankie Kazarian comes out, he's impersonating Joe Hendry. He still has the Call Your Shot Gauntlet Cup, basically Money in the Bank. But soon Joe Hendry comes out, and then Nic Nemeth comes out too, consequentially. And what happens then is it becomes more about Nic Nemeth and Joe Hendry. Both of them are arguing about what happened. Nic Nemeth says he only saw JBL attack his brother, he didn't see him attacking Joe Hendry, and thus he just continued with the match, but Joe Hendry is still upset about it. And then the system come out, well, at least Alicia Edwards and Tasha Steelz, they come out and they want to make it about themselves, but Joe Hendry and Nic Nemeth chase them off, and then they attack Frank Kazarian and they run off. They have a match against the system later tonight in the main event. But Alicia and Tasha Steelz, they get back into the ring, they refuse to leave, they want Masha Slamovich, and Masha Slamovich comes out, she gets attacked, but Jordynne Grace comes to save her. And we get attacked. We're gonna get a tag team match between Masha and Jordynne versus the system, Tasha and Alicia. Now, a quick note, I'm not happy about this because I was hoping with Masha winning, we'd get a fresh start of the women's division. And we do. We get some new fresh stuff happening tonight. We'll get into that later. But for the most part, I was hoping we'd separate Masha from Jordynne and Alicia Edwards and go in a completely new direction. But that's not what's happening. Okay, but maybe we're just tying up loose ends. That's fine with me. I'm gonna give it some time. Like I said, I'm gonna give her time, let her reign settle in a bit, but I don't want to see her stuck in this vortex of Jordynne Grace and the system. Then First Class team up and they defeat the Rascals. I'm happy about this. I've said consistently, TNA has a really deep tag team division. They just need to build it correctly, and it looks like we're going into that direction. I kind of wish the Rascals won. Zachary Wentz had a lot of momentum behind it. It's kind of dying down now. But I'm going to be happy with whatever push AJ Francis gets. He deserves a title. He needs to have a title. He's so entertaining. So First Class wins. We get some other tag teams in action later too. But for now, very happy about this. Then Josh Alexander teams up with the Good Hands. And he goes up against this all-star team of Eric Young, Steve Macklin, and Jonathan Gresham. And obviously, Jonathan Gresham, Steve Macklin, and Eric Young win. And like I said, some more tag teams in action. I'm happy the Good Hands got some action too. Like I said, a really deep division. We had 3 tag teams tonight, in action. And then also the system in the main event later. We're not going to talk about them now, we'll do later. But a really deep tag team division, including people who didn't compete tonight. So I'd like to see more of the Good Hands because I believe they have a lot to offer. And again, Josh Alexander, Steve Macklin, that whole story, not very interested in it. So I'm not going to talk about it much. But I'm happy we're evolving with the tag team division, giving some more tag teams more time. I hope we build onto it next week. I just don't hope we go straight back to the Hardys versus the system. Please, just no. Then we have 2 knockouts matches. Daniel Luna versus Ash by Elegance. Ash by Elegance wins. I'm happy about it. I saw a video on Ring the Bell recently. If you guys know that channel, go check it out. Very good. Ash by Elegance, the name never really made sense. I never understood it, but now Heather Reckless is Heather by Elegance. So if this is a faction with whoever joins becomes by elegance and it's like a brand, this is not my idea, this is their video idea. I would really dig it. I kind of like that idea of this being this brand, this fashion brand, because these characters are already so wacky, so like out there. And they're very entertaining. That's what I'm trying to get at. So if this is what we're doing, very happy about it. And like I said, Ash by Elegance picks up the victory. Finally seeing Danny Luna on an episode of regular TNA, so that was cool. I want Spitfire to break up, have both those girls go on to singles runs. They could benefit the women's division massively, and both are very good. But like I said, a good exhibition match for both girls. Very entertaining, very happy with this. Then the second match is Lei Ying Lee just having a regular squash match. She picks up a victory, but Savannah Evans returns after the match. She attacks Lei Ying Lee, and this is a rivalry going into. And at first, I was not so sure about this. Like, Savannah Evans is just returning, Lei Ying Lee just debuted, so putting them against each other, you kind of want to build them up first before you put them together, right? But I'm accepting of it. I'm interested in this now. Like, you give both girls this opportunity because they're both gonna benefit this women's division massively. To anyone who started only watching TNA recently, you have no idea who Savannah Evans is. She's pretty new to you. And Lei Ying Lee, she's also very new to Impact. So I'm happy about this. I'm gonna give it a chance. I want to see where this feud goes, though I need some more explanation from it. But again, it just started, so I'm not gonna dig too deep into it. Then in the main event, the system actually defeats Nic Nemeth and Joe Hendry. And this is why I said earlier, I just don't want the system to go up against the Hardys, because this is a very high profile victory for them, meaning they probably are going to get a shot at the Hardys. Just no, I don't want this, please. Don't give us another System versus Hardys match. Give us some new stuff in the tag team division. But yeah, Joe Hendry and Nic Nemeth couldn't get along at all during this match, and that cost them to lose. So after the match, they kept arguing and they don't get along at all. So I'm very interested to see what we're doing with this, because I do believe Joe Hendry should have won the championship, but like right now the story is a million times more interesting than it was before, and I'm very invested in it. And also, whatever is happening with JBL, I'm interested in that because he only appears on pay-per-views, but there has to be something larger happening. Because what's going on with him? Why did he attack Joe Hendry? Why is he so obsessed with protecting Nic Nemeth? Like, I'm genuinely so interested in his story right now. It's insane. It's actually really entertaining. So I would suggest, like, if you don't want to watch a full episode of TNA, at least check what's going on with this story, because it's very entertaining and there's so many directions they can go. But that's the end of the video, and it's a difficult video to rate. Because I rate these episodes at the end of every video, a lot had to be cut out because of said injuries. So I would give it a 8 out of 10. For what it was a pretty good show. Lots of fresh matchups and new people getting pushed forward. So that's very good, and it progressed a lot of interesting stories. So for that, I'm very happy. I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. Could have been better, the injuries not happen, but it is what it is. You just simply can't avoid it. So if you enjoyed the video, you enjoyed my review, please leave a like and subscribe. I would very much appreciate it. Engage with me in the comments. I would love to reply. And then I hope to see you again soon. I'm sending love to all around the world. See you soon.